My beloved child, listen carefully, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. This message arrived at a moment that cannot happen twice. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason your eyes stopped here today. There is a reason your heart became still for just a second. Because somewhere, at this very moment, someone was preparing to take a step that would have changed everything. Someone was standing at the edge of a decision so powerful that it could have rewritten the entire story of their life. They had imagined the words. They had replayed the moment over and over in silence. They had seen smiles that did not yet exist. They had created dreams in places nobody could see. They were ready. Completely ready. But then, something happened. Something they discovered changed the air around them. Changed the beat inside their chest. Changed everything they believed they knew. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Because what they found was not what anyone expected. The strange thing is, they had carried this feeling for a very long time. Longer than anyone realized. Longer than even you would imagine. Every ordinary moment felt extraordinary to them. Every small memory felt larger than mountains. Every simple conversation stayed inside their mind long after it ended. They thought destiny was leading them somewhere beautiful. They thought every sign meant the same thing. They thought the road ahead had already been chosen. But destiny has a way of remaining silent until the last possible moment. It waits. It watches. It lets hearts move closer and closer before revealing something hidden in the shadows. Listen carefully now. Because the next part matters more than you know. They were standing there, holding hope in their hands. Their heart was racing with excitement. Their future felt so close that they could almost touch it. But then their eyes landed on something unexpected. Something they never planned to see. Something that made time itself feel slower. And suddenly, the questions began. Why was this hidden? Why did nobody say anything? Why does this feeling suddenly feel different? Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The silence became heavier than words. Their thoughts became louder than voices. Suddenly they remembered moments they once ignored. Small moments. Tiny details. Little signs that meant nothing before, but now felt like pieces of a giant puzzle coming together. They remembered strange pauses. Strange feelings. Strange moments that seemed unimportant at first. And then fear entered the room. Not because of what they saw. But because of what it could mean. Because sometimes the truth does not arrive with noise. Sometimes it walks in quietly. Sometimes it appears like a whisper. Sometimes it stands directly in front of us while we continue looking somewhere else. And when we finally see it, everything changes. Their hands felt colder. Their heartbeat became louder. Their eyes searched for answers that were suddenly nowhere to be found. Questions started surrounding them from every direction. Had they misunderstood everything? Had they built dreams on something incomplete? Had destiny been preparing a completely different story all along? Stay till the end. Don't skip. Because this is where everything begins changing. The strange part is, they were not angry. No. They were confused. Deeply confused. Because what they discovered did not push them away immediately. It pulled them closer to understanding something bigger. Something deeper. Something that almost nobody notices until life forces them to see it. And then they realized something shocking. Sometimes we believe we know a person completely because we see smiles. We hear words. We witness moments. But there are entire worlds hidden inside people. Entire storms hidden behind calm eyes. Entire stories hidden behind ordinary faces. Entire battles hidden behind silence. And suddenly, they started wondering. What if they had been looking at the surface all this time? What if they had never truly seen what was beneath? What if the biggest truth was waiting quietly from the beginning? Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next realization struck them harder than anything else. It felt like standing in front of a mirror and seeing a reflection they never expected. They realized that the thing they discovered was not simply information. It was not simply a detail. It was not simply a surprise. It was something that changed the meaning of everything. Their memories looked different now. Their feelings looked different now. Even their future looked different now. And for a moment, they simply stood there. No movement. No words. Only silence. Because sometimes silence speaks louder than everything else. And what happened next changed the direction of their heart forever. A strange feeling entered the room, and suddenly nothing felt the same anymore. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next was the part nobody saw coming. The moment they discovered the truth, they expected their feelings to disappear. They expected confusion to replace everything. They expected distance to grow between their heart and the future they had imagined. But instead, something impossible happened. Their heart moved in the opposite direction. For a moment they stared into complete silence. They replayed every memory again. Every smile. Every moment. Every conversation. But this time they saw something different hidden between the lines. Hidden between ordinary moments was something extraordinary. Hidden beneath simple words was a story that had never been spoken out loud. Then a thought entered their mind. What if this was never about perfection? What if this was never about finding a flawless story? What if this entire journey was about discovering something real? Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because suddenly they remembered that there were days when your eyes looked happy while carrying invisible weight. Days when your smile appeared bright but your silence felt heavy. Days when you laughed, but there was something hidden far away behind your expression. Small moments they ignored before now returned with powerful meaning. And then the once-in-a-lifetime realization arrived. They discovered that while they were busy imagining a future, you were carrying chapters they had never read. While they were creating dreams, you were quietly walking through storms nobody knew existed. While they were seeing only what was visible, there was an entire universe inside you waiting to be understood. Everything stopped. Their breathing slowed. Their thoughts froze. Because suddenly they understood something that changed everything. People do not want to be chosen only for their bright moments. People want someone who stays when hidden stories appear. People want someone who sees the truth and remains. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And now the biggest question appeared in front of them. Was this discovery a reason to walk away? Or was it the reason they were meant to stay? Because the answer standing in front of them was not ordinary. The answer had been waiting from the beginning. Quietly. Patiently. Hidden in plain sight. And what they decided next, even destiny itself seemed to stop and watch. The air suddenly felt heavier, as if time itself had paused to witness what would happen next. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now came the moment where hearts reveal what words cannot. They stood there carrying two futures in their mind. One future was easy. One future required courage. One future asked them to walk away and continue pretending nothing had happened. The other future asked them to see beyond what was visible and listen to something deeper. For the first time, they stopped asking, "What did I discover?" and started asking, "What does this discovery mean?" Everything changed in that single moment. Because suddenly they realized something shocking. They had spent so much time thinking about what they wanted, they forgot to ask what truly mattered. They remembered every small detail. The way ordinary moments felt brighter. The way silence never felt empty. The way time seemed faster around you and slower when you were gone. Things that once looked small suddenly became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Then a once-in-a-lifetime realization arrived without warning. They understood that people often fall in love with dreams they create in their own minds. But real connection begins the moment dreams disappear and truth remains standing. Anyone can admire perfect pictures. Anyone can chase easy stories. But not everyone stays when life opens hidden chapters. And suddenly their heartbeat felt different. Not faster. Stronger. Because now they knew something they had never understood before. The truth they discovered did not erase feelings. It revealed feelings. It removed every illusion and left only one question standing in front of them. If everything hidden became visible today, would their heart remain the same? Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then they looked back at every memory one last time. And for the first time ever, they saw something that had been there from the very beginning. Not perfection. Not fantasy. Not coincidence. Something real. And at that exact moment, destiny quietly whispered a question into their heart. What if this discovery was never meant to stop the proposal? What if it was meant to prove whether it was real? The next moment felt impossible to explain, like standing at the edge of a door that only opens once in a lifetime. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this was no longer about dreams. No longer about guesses. No longer about imagination. This was the moment where truth and feeling stood face to face. They closed their eyes for a second. 1 second. But inside that second, 1,000 thoughts passed through their mind. They remembered every ordinary day that suddenly felt extraordinary. They remembered every laugh that stayed in their memory longer than it should have. They remembered every moment where happiness appeared without effort. And suddenly a shocking realization entered their heart. The discovery had changed many things. But it had not changed the way they felt. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now the biggest revelation of all arrived. They understood that people spend years searching for perfect stories. Perfect timing. Perfect moments. Perfect answers. But real connections almost never arrive perfectly wrapped. Real connections appear unexpectedly. Quietly. Softly. They arrive hidden inside moments that most people overlook. And then their heart whispered something they could not ignore. If the truth became visible and the feeling remained, then maybe this feeling was real all along. Everything became still. The questions disappeared. The confusion faded. And for the first time since discovering everything, peace entered their heart. Because suddenly they understood why destiny waited until the last moment to reveal the truth. It was never there to stop the proposal. It was there to reveal whether feelings were built on imagination, or built on something stronger. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then they slowly looked ahead and smiled. Not because every answer appeared. Not because every mystery ended. But because they finally understood the one thing nobody sees coming. Sometimes the person who was about to propose does not discover something that changes their heart. Sometimes they discover something that proves their heart was real from the very beginning. And what happened after that was the moment that changed everything forever. The final chapter arrived quietly. But the feeling inside their heart was louder than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this was the moment where every hidden question, every strange feeling, and every unexplained sign finally connected together. They stood there and realized something unbelievable. All this time they thought they were moving toward a destination. But they were actually moving toward a truth. A truth that had been following them from the beginning. A truth hidden inside every memory. A truth hidden inside every smile. A truth hidden inside every ordinary second that once looked meaningless. Then suddenly, everything became clear. The discovery that almost stopped everything was the discovery that explained everything. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now they understood something that only a few people ever realize in their entire lives. Real feelings are tested when unexpected truths appear. Real feelings are tested when stories change direction. Real feelings are tested when life removes the picture you imagined and leaves only reality standing in front of you. And then came the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. The moment they discovered the truth about you, they also discovered the truth about themselves. They discovered that their heart had already chosen long ago. Not because of perfect moments. Not because of imagined dreams. Not because of beautiful expectations. But because somewhere between all the ordinary days, something extraordinary happened without anyone noticing. Their heart had found home. Everything suddenly felt lighter. The confusion disappeared. The fear disappeared. The questions disappeared. Only one feeling remained. Certainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And as they looked toward the future one final time, they smiled because they finally understood why destiny waited until the last second. Because if the truth had appeared earlier, they might never have understood the depth of what they felt. But now they knew. Now they understood. Now they saw the answer that had been standing in front of them from the beginning. This person was about to propose. Then they found out about you. And instead of ending the story, it became the reason the real story finally began. The silence after that moment felt different. Almost as if the world itself knew something important had just happened. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what came next was not the ending anyone expected. It was the moment where every hidden piece finally moved into place. They stood there looking at the future, but now the future no longer looked blurry. For the first time, everything felt strangely clear. Not because every question had an answer. Not because every mystery disappeared. But because they finally understood something people spend years trying to understand. Sometimes life does not reveal truth to break your heart. Sometimes life reveals truth to show your heart where it truly belongs. And that realization arrived like lightning inside their mind. Suddenly they remembered the very first moment. The beginning. The ordinary second that felt ordinary only at the time. They thought back to small details they once ignored. Tiny things. Little moments that looked meaningless. But now every memory felt like a hidden message waiting to be discovered. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something unbelievable happened. Instead of fear, peace arrived. Instead of confusion, understanding arrived. Instead of distance, closeness arrived. Because now they realized they had never been standing at the end of a journey. They were standing at the beginning of the real one. Everything before this moment had simply been preparation. Preparation for understanding. Preparation for truth. Preparation for seeing what was hidden in plain sight. Then their heart whispered one final thing. The truth did not change the feeling. The truth revealed why the feeling existed. And suddenly every invisible question disappeared. Every hidden doubt disappeared. Every fear disappeared. Because they finally understood the greatest revelation of all. This person was about to propose. Then they found out about you. And they discovered that sometimes the biggest surprise is not finding a reason to leave. Sometimes the biggest surprise is discovering a reason to stay. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because somewhere out there, someone is still standing in that moment, holding a decision that could change everything forever.